there and all that, so.
But we have them over at the radio station.
Yeah, I've got a wireless
Wireless.
camera.
Yours is wireless, the one on the outside is?
Yeah, I pull them off once a week and charge them, but it is wireless.
Did Mountain Alarm have the wireless ones also?
Yeah? Is that where you got yours?
Mine is Amazon, it's a subscription, doesn't cost anything.
But did the batteries run out really fast, Greg?
Depends on activity.
I just pull it off my wall every Friday.
Oh.
Plug it in for half an hour, not half an hour, half a day.
Okay.
It charges.
Because we have them at our house and it seems like the batteries are always,
They have newer ones that are solar powered that I use at the house, and those work reliably. That's a
Okay.
UP brand, which I got off of Amazon.
I've got some in my house that work good too.
okay.
Because unlike Ring, there's no subscription.
Stephanie, we do need to look at the solar lights for the signs.
Okay.
And, I mean, those, I can pick those up at Home Depot.
I have money in this year's budget to do that, so.
Get, somebody, Parks and Rec, to put them on.
Okay. I know that as far as the cameras go, I know that Mountain Alarm came over to look at installing stuff, but do you remember what the issue was there?
Well, just, they were gonna have to have them exposed and it just looked terrible. So going with the wireless would be the cleanest way.
They have wireless now.
Yeah, because we just wanted to make sure, and I mean, they'll all be Wi-Fi. So,
I think we were looking at it before I even moved in over there, so.
Yeah, that was a topic.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do have some building maintenance money for this year. I could probably get that in, so. Other than that, the travel training all stayed the same as this year. Same for building maintenance. Luckily, I haven't had a lot of building maintenance, new construction, so. Software maintenance went down because, my Adobe and, Clover fees moved over to IT instead of in my budget. And that's it.
Stephanie, on the advertisement and all that, is that included, the Friends? Is that something that Friends can use as well?
I don't know. Is there a anti-donation question there? Or?
What are you talking about now?
The Friends of the
To use what?
Wingfield? Like,
Advertising?
yeah,
You mean use
Marketing
that
money?
money on advertising?
I mean, just if we're looking at, like, we're gonna have a little booth set up with Parks and Rec at the Renaissance Fair we're trying to get this Friends group started. And so I was just wondering if we, if it was something that we could use
Money?
for the, like, advertising, if we need.
Well, we should be able to get something out now.
Yeah, she
mean,
was just
we're-
asking if they could dip in this money next year
Yeah.
for marketing. I don't know what the rules are for a Friends
Well,
group
it
to
seems
do
like
that.
Friends of is a separate entity,
It
but we'll
is.
have to figure that out.
It is a separate entity, but
But
we don't,
Well, what are you advertising? You're talking about advertising dollars and just saying that?
we're talking about advertising for Friends,
for
To
people
join.
to join.
the Friends of the Library.
I mean, it wouldn't have to be a lot, but like, okay, for instance, asking Carrie, can you put this on the village? Can you?
We can do that. I mean, we're, on behalf of the Wingfield House, which is the villages, we can put that on there, and I thought we were. I've seen it somewhere
No,
that we're
we have.
advertising for Friends
Yes.
of the Library.
Maybe it's benefiting us.
newsletter also, you put it on the newsletter.
A story in the newsletter saying that you're trying to organize a.
I think you already,
Has he written anything on you?
No.
We'll get him. It's your
Oh,
best
wait a
friend,
minute.
Eddie.
No, Lynn Kidder has done articles in the newspaper.
About the Friends?
Yes,
Okay, never mind. You don't have
absolutely.
to call your friend Richard.
so
You
Stephanie,
might ask him to do a follow-up story.
I think you also put an article about the.
We did do one
about
in
the
the
Friends
Insider.
group,
No.
Starting the Friends group.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. we're just having a hard time. We're gonna have another meeting Friday, but it's gonna be a slow process, Mayor.
If
How
we
much
need to
does it
get you a
cost to
drink
be a friend?
sponsor and a food sponsor, that may help your attendance at the meeting.
Yeah.
And then they'll get them
Free
signed up.
beer.
Let's see if we can get you something like that.
Yeah, we
It-
can do that.
Eddie, can you help me with that? We'll talk afterwards.
It's just, and it would be nice if we could have it at the Wingfield House. But it's just, you know, people, we've had our startup meeting. But then we told them, we need officers for this nonprofit. And I can be a member, but I don't want to be an officer. And then you get, well, you know, I'll be a member, but I don't want any part of that. So it's just gonna take us a little while. This is gonna be a slow process, but I handed out stuff at the RSVP and of course at the banquet. And they were there that night because they were getting awards and they were eating and they didn't really want to hear about anything. So I'm just saying it's just going to be a slow process, but we are working on it. And
We'll get
the
there.
thing about it is we need the officers so that we can say, okay, for $50, this is what you get if you're a Friends of the Wingfield House. And so we need those officers to begin doing this. So we're going to have another meeting at 10 o'clock at the library Friday. And hopefully, after our regular meeting, we're having
The committee,
the
yeah.
natural.
This Friday? At what time?
9 o'clock here for the Natural and Historical Committee, and then we'll go over to the library at 10 a.m. for the Friends group.
There's a little trick to getting those friends of deal. Usually you have a few people that you get that are started, and then if you have levels and what you get for those levels, and then there'll be a lot of joiners, and then you're gonna really need some workers. And then we need to see how that goes. But like all the other committees, it's usually common interest, and all the other committees that we have right now, they were, really excited about it. So we just need to, how many meetings you've had? One?
Just one.
Yeah.
But we have had, we've had newspaper coverage, it's gone to the monthly handout, and then me handing stuff out, and
Okay.
so
I think
and
it just
it's been
takes a
on
little time to get
Facebook.
going, so.
Yeah. So hang in there with us.
Did you guys have any questions for me?
Nope. Do you have any prospects for your assistant curator?
As far as a person?
Yeah. You
No,
said there's a
not-
couple of locals maybe?
I had someone come up to me at the job fair looking for internships. I need to go back and look at what came up there, so. But yeah, I'm sure there's somebody great out there.
Is that 84,000, is that pretty high? I mean, is that
Yeah.
on the high end?
She pulled it off of the,
I pulled it off whatever rate she used.
Okay.
but yeah, that's,
Kind of a,
But it would be nice
Yeah.
because we need to start getting the school kids involved. Stephanie did have, what month? In March, she had a Saturday where the museum was free, and she had tables set up where kids come in and they did scavenger hunts and they colored, and she has a little camera, they took pictures, and it was really nice.
and I'd like to do a lot more of that. It's just
Yeah.
capacity.
Did you have like 30 families that showed up?
Yeah, we had quite a few that day, so,
Yeah.
yeah.
okay.
So it's basically by word of mouth, because I still have people at RSVP the other night. now where is that? I'm like, and these are teachers, I'm like, no, you need to come and look at this. So it's just a slow process, but we're working on it.
Thanks,
All right,
Stephanie.
Well, thank you.
Thank you very much for all you do.
Yep,
Thank you.
it's coming along. We're getting there.
Hey, keeping
And
you
now
out this
we're
week.
to
1490.
the radio station.
So if she needed that extra person, what would she do?
She's talking about she'd go to the schools, she'd go to do all that other stuff for training, and that's what she said.
So for the other
Outreach.
person, that would, okay.
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon, Mayor and Council. Greg Widener with the radio station. Budget pretty much is staying the same. We did add, which is a great news. We added 99.1, so we did have to increase the budget for that for the lease of 99.1 FM. But everything else has pretty much stayed the same. We had a little bit of increase on subscriptions, which I'm looking into getting some AI voices as an option, just to, so it's just not me flooded on the radio all the time. There's a couple of really good services that will work in writing scripts and then use AI voices. So it doesn't sound like it's AI, which is the best part about it. So it doesn't sound like Siri's talking to you. So that is part of the increase in the subscriptions. But other than that, like I said, the biggest increase is the lease of 99.1. We are looking at I haven't got a quote yet, but talking to the engineer about an audio processor, which is what's going to help increase the sound. Not so much volume, but what it is right now is there's no processing on it. So it's like an equalizer that's flat. So there's no, dynamics in the bass and treble. That's why it sounds so much lower than other radio stations.
Booker was saying that his is staticky.
Up in the meadows, if I'm leaving my house, like Monday morning, I'd listen to it on my phone via the internet, and then I come out and turn it on in the Jeep, and I'm just like, I could hear it just scratchy
99.1, where at?
in the meadows.
White Mountain.
White Mountain Meadows.
Yeah.
And yet at my house,
Yeah.
it's perfect.
It's, it's low power FM, so it's not going to be anything like 93.5, 101.5. If you've got a view of Buck, you pretty much are always going to get it. So it could be, as an old car stereo guy, it actually could be an issue with your antenna in your vehicle. Is it in your
That's
Jeep?
what I think.
Sure, yeah.
All that monkeying around you
That's
do with it.
exactly. All of your electronics you got on your lights.
Accoutrements that are on there.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Those big lights.
It's overcompensation for something, but I don't know.
But anyway, and it does honestly,
Yeah, so-
AM is really bad from vehicle to vehicle. FM does the same. It's
do for a
better,
living. I
but
sell soap.
it's still, you got to get the signal.
I think it's your vehicle, because in one vehicle, I'll get bad reception
Yeah.
in certain spots, the other's perfect.
Yeah, yeah.
But as far as budget, nothing, I mean, that's pretty much it. We do have an advertiser, salesperson that's going to be working with us. We're working on an advertising sheet that we're going to hopefully get some advertisements. I'm in the talks with a couple right now for some ads, but trying to increase that to take over the additional funding for the FM. And FM's definitely going to help on that because we got better reach. I've already just talking to locals that come in to record on shows that they've noticed it on the FM already. It's only been on for less than a month.
Yeah, that's great.
Greg, I'm being selfish on this question. I always have to fight Eddie or Matt or Chief or Adam for a microphone. Do you have the ability to add that
I'm actually
extra?
talking, there's a couple of options. I have, if I add another microphone to the actual studio, I have to have a processor, we did run an extra wire, so I've got a dummy wire that should work. But I'm looking at, I'm talking to Matthew about borrowing a wireless. I'm going to see if maybe a wireless would work, because the expense is much lower. And especially because I only need it on the mayor show when we have multiple people in there. Above the 4 that I have. So that's what I'm hoping for is a lower expense option with a wireless mic.
I'm just curious, what's the expense if you put a new one in?
biggest expense is the processor and then the labor involved as far as installing and setting it up.
Do you have like a roundabout number of what that would be?
I can get it. I got a roundabout on the audio processor for a tower, for the FM, that could range anywhere from 1,000 to 5, depending on what is on that. Microphone would be way lower than that. I would guess for, mainly a processor. I've got extra mics, which I have in my remote, box, the Rode, which would work. I would just need the processor side. My guess is in the $1,500 to $2,000 range installed. But I'd need to, don't quote me on that, but that would be my guess.
Okay, just
Is
curious.
Mike worth that?
I still think the wireless mic is the smarter way to go. If
You might
it works
like-
and sounds good. I brought in, I don't know if you noticed that I've got a blue,
I saw that.
that's sitting in there, and I tried that, and it just it doesn't sound good for broadcast.
No
You
worries.
might like that
Two.
dummy mic best, though. You might like that dummy mic best.
Yeah, exactly. Biggest thing I gotta do is make sure he swings the microphone over when he starts talking.
And no
But,
feedback.
yeah, that's something I've been looking at, I just haven't got a full price on.
Great
Other than
job.
that, that's it. Any other, one thing you were talking about with the Friends, we need to, I can do a PSA for that, and we'll plug it in right after the Ruidoso Rewind.
That'd be,
So it's got a captive audience already, and we'll have that as the first
Yeah, that'd
spot.
be
So
great.
give me some information on that, and maybe you can come in and cut a PSA.
I will.
Yeah. Like I said, I always want voices.
Okay.
Mayor and council also, we're looking at Greg to become the voice of our phone system, so
Yeah, I don't know about that. I'm just terrified of microphones and recording, so I'll get over my fear.
Oh, my
The
gosh.
one that we have at the police department,
oh yeah, that's terrible.
it takes forever to get through that sucker.
Oh, okay.
And it's more hickey than I am, so it's,
Bobby did a good job,
that ain't Bobby.
isn't it?
They told me it wasn't Bobby.
It may be an AI generated
Yeah,
voice.
exactly.
Well, it used to be Bobby.
It's, no, then now it's like, I mean, it's
And
really,
the AI stuff is, and that's why I was looking at that, and what I'm looking for, I know we've talked one other time about Spanish. I'm not bilingual by any means, but they have a Spanish version of that. So that's something where like on a PSA
Yeah.
or an emergency situation, I could type the script in and have an AI voice do it in Spanish. So we'd have that on there. Something I'm looking at as well. And that service, I don't know that's available yet with the company I'm looking at, but it is something that I think is a good option to have for,
It is.
like I said, I can type out something in English, it'll automatically translate it and then do it in an AI voice. So we don't have to have somebody there that'll do it. Something I was looking at.
Yeah, that'd be-
So how do you say yee
Yee yee,
yee? Yee yee?
yee yee.
Is that, oh, yee, that's a country boy deal.
Yeah, it's,
It says brand logo.
yeah, it's on the side
Oh,
of that.
yee.
Yeah, it's Granger Smith, a country artist.
Yeah. Well, I looked it up because I'd never heard. I've got a vest with that on there. I
Okay.
don't know where it came from, but
Yeah.
some guy named Dribbles. It's his caricature alter ego.
Earl Dibbles, that's his little character.
Yeah, that
Dribbles.
Earl Dibbles, Dribbles.
Yeah,
Yeah, he does, Earl Dribbles. So, I mean, that would be good for your show, but I saw that, so I was just wondering. Okay. All right, very
all
good.
right. Thank you.
Thanks, Greg.
Yeah.
Hey, the other day, I go back and forth, and I was listening to is it 156.9?
No, wouldn't go that high. It didn't go to 156.
105.9?
It goes to 107.9.
What, anyway, they were talking about the Village of Ruidoso opportunities, and the lady, I think it was Lael, and she was talking about the Village of Ruidoso, the great opportunities that the Village of Ruidoso has for jobs.
Who's Lael?
She worked for Tim Keithley as
Yeah.
well at the radio station.
And I think it's, they went different directions. This is a pop, it's not the regular country western. I mean,
96.7?
no, this is 105.9, I believe.
Oh,
But anyway, I wanted to tell y'all that, boy, she was giving the Village of Ruidoso kudos.
good. Lael.
Lael.
Leo Sneed.
Yeah, Lael Sneed.
Guess, maybe I do. Go ahead, Edward.
Good afternoon, Mayor and Council.
Eddie?
My budget hasn't really changed that much from last year. A couple of things got added. For subscriptions, I'm asking to take my standard Lincoln membership and elevate it to a premium subscription. The reason being is that everything I've brought into the village has been through LinkedIn. Ironman, Xterra, they were all connected through LinkedIn. Advanced Air, all these different things that we're working on have all been using LinkedIn as a tool to get these people on board. And the premium subscription will actually give me their contact information, so I'm not reaching out to the whole staff at like Xterra to try to get to the main
I think
person.
that's a done deal. I mean, good grief.
Yeah, it's been
that's a
really,
good one.
I always didn't even subscribe to LinkedIn on any of that stuff. I didn't
Yeah.
think it worked. And man, he's made that thing run.
I must have 3,300 people on my LinkedIn account, and it ranges everything from CEOs of casinos to you name it, and it's just been a great tool to bring in opportunities. Yeah,
Excellent. Yeah, I
yeah.
agree.
And everything else, subscriptions pretty much stays the same. General supplies, everything else is pretty much the same. The only thing we bumped up was on travel. We bumped it up a little bit just because of all the stuff coming up this next year. Gonna need just a little bit more to cover some of the travel, but it's all pretty much like it was last year.
I think your fuel bill's low.
Yeah, it's $1,000. I'm assuming we're gonna probably, I'll be doing a lot of driving, so the fuel bill would probably be a little bit more if that's something you guys could.
Because you're gonna get a vehicle now, right?
You already got to be.
Sorry,
And
yeah.
Got it?
I'm cruising around, I got it, yeah, I have it.
then every chance somebody gets, they borrow it, and they bring it back full every time,
Yeah,
don't they?
It's always empty when I get in it, though, just to let you know.
I'm waiting to get my gas card.
But I think it needs $1,000 isn't realistic, but
No.
What would you guys think would be a good number to bump it to?
I don't know. What is,
I will, yeah, we got a lot of stuff coming up this next year, so,
1,800, 2,000?
well, what is, like, on your Suburban or Ron's, what is that?
I think we do, I want to say, I think we do 3,500.
Yeah,
Each?
Yeah.
I was
I
Well-
gonna say
think you're in that
5,000.
neighborhood. I mean, you can always adjust it and whatever Judy says,
Yeah.
till you get it, because you don't know yet. But I
yeah,
have a feeling you'll be using it quite a bit.
yeah.
I think he has some slush in his budget somewhere, he could probably move somewhere. General supplies,
He'll start selling some of that swag that he gets for free out the back door. Yeah. Gonna drive it through the car wash? Okay,
Let me find it.
Do you guys want to leave it as it is then, or?
what do you think, Judy? Just, I mean, because I don't know if you have anything to go off of yet, but.
if you look at his general supplies, there's 5,000 in there, and he's never used more than 300, I mean, so there's enough budget.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just leave it as is and let it.
Leave it as is.
Over and.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's
Yeah,
not gonna know until the first year.
Yeah,
yeah.
and then
Okay.
your lettering is about ready?
Yeah, they've got it all set up. We should be getting the billboard on the side of the Suburban.
What is it gonna look like?
It's going to be just like Ron and Mike's, except below the New Mexico, let's say Discoverito, so
Nice.
that's it. Yeah, nothing too, I'm not plastering, it's not going to have the whole thing plastered.
Well,
you
the
know.
celebration the other day was very, very good.
Yeah, for the Ironman?
Yes,
Yeah, it was
Ironman.
great, yeah.
I've heard a lot about it from in
Well, my
town.
son-in-law sent me a text that something posted today or.
Registration open today.
Yeah, that's what it was. He texted me and said, hey, registration open today.
Even some
Yeah.
negative people that usually are always, jabbing us.
Yeah.
They were saying how cool it was. So,
That's great to hear.
Until we block the road.
Yeah, I'll be getting the voicemails coming for sure. I talked to Judy Stowers a couple of days ago, and she said that Iron Man's all excited because when we did the announcement for the press, they sold 100 participants. They already got 100 people. Yeah, and she's like, that's not normal. So
I think
yeah.
they're up to, from what I saw in their post earlier today, I think they got another like 300 in the first.
Wow.
So,
So there's only like 400 or 500 people already signed up for the
Yeah.
race. That's
a year
awesome.
away.
yeah.
It's over a year away, yeah.
These things have a tendency to sell out months in advance, but this is going quick.
Yeah, it's going to be 1,500 people before you know it.
Yeah, she said 2,500 participants.
Yeah, 2,500, yeah.
Mayor, it's $3,500 for gas for the both of us.
For the both of you.
Oh, okay, okay.
So $1,750. So you're not too far off.
No, no. Oh, it should be
Okay.
good.
yeah. But anyway, that was very good. I thought.
Well, thank you for all your support on it. They're great events to have, and they're going to bring a lot of new people here, I think. And that's a lot of new money coming in for both those events. So,
Joe.
Yeah,
oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
yeah.
Yeah. And then there's nothing really else other than those things. It's pretty much what it was like last year, and just the travel is bumped up a little bit, the LinkedIn subscription, everything else is pretty much as it was.
And we're going to have the concerts again this summer?
Yeah, we have concerts in the park, just like we have. It's already, Bradshaw and Full have already got it booked. They already have all the artists coming in. We have people coming in from Nashville and from all over the place.
That starts May, when?
Last week of May.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Memorial Day weekend?
last week
Or
of
the
May.
weekend after Memorial Day. So Memorial
trying to
Day's
remember the-
23rd.
Trying to remember the date. Weekend after, yeah.
Wow, that's early, huh? It feels early.
It goes all the way till the last weekend of August. And, yeah, the schedule looks good. I went through and looked at all the different artists and.
Have you talked to Ricky LeMay, Richie Hood?
With,
Wanted to put on a big event in, do you know what I'm talking about?
I'm not sure,
They
man.
need some help, so I'm gonna send you his number.
Sure, yep.
And, because he's calling me and I told him that we need to talk to you, but they've got some big name concert people that are coming in.
It's great. Yeah, just send them my information and I'll gladly talk with them. The Polestar directory that I have as a subscription is great because I've had some concert promoters reach out to me about bringing in different artists, and they're like, yeah, we want to, it only costs $40,000. And so I can go onto my Polestar and look at it and say, okay, well, this artist has, their total gross on their shows are averaging around $20,000. So that means they're really a $10,000 artist. So I'm already paying off with catching things like that.
Well, and they were talking about spending 80 grand
That's great. Wow.
on LeMay and Richie Hood. They've got some investors.
Yeah.
They wanted to do a free concert type deal in town, and they've just been trying to find so I've been talking to them, but I said, I've got plenty to do, and Eddie's really better at, so I just texted you. I don't know which phone I sent it to.
Have they done, I got it. I felt it. Is it, have they done concerts before?
No.
Okay.
Rick LeMay is a master electrician, and they also are they also do the side-by-side 4x4 rally.
I've been working with
Trying to
Garrett.
build that.
Yeah.
Okay, it's those people.
Got
and
it.
then Richie Hood, there's several different ones. Rich Hood that's on the banker.
Yeah, president of First National. Yeah, I know Richie, yeah.
They've been talking, and they've got some stuff they're working on, so if
Mm-hmm.
you could reach out to Ricky LeMay and
Yeah, I know Richie. I've been working with Garrett on the 4x4 Expo, and I'm hoping that this year he can bring it up a little bit from last year.
yeah, last year they got stepped on by, there were two
Yeah.
events or something, wasn't there?
They were frustrated because the 4x4 rally was next to the.
Oh, yeah. Was a week before.
Yeah. And so they thought it got crowded out.
And it did.
We went to the show and all the exhibitors were leaving. They only had a couple of people, so Ron came to the rescue and he came and helped me, and we actually were able to bring in some car dealerships. And we filled up the room and saved the show. Yeah,
dealership.
car dealerships. Yeah, so I've already talked to Garrett saying that I already gave him a whole list of all the things he needs to do. And I gave him a list last year, but none of it happened, so.
I had a meeting with him 2 weeks ago, and through some guys that we know, we're trying to get some people from Albuquerque in, some vendors, things like that. Gave him the information, he called, so hopefully it'll be better.
The best thing for him to do, and I told him, is he needs to go to SEMA and actually go to SEMA and go see the 400 off-road exhibitors there. And that's,
pitch 'em all.
and pitch them all. If he can get one or two of those as anchors, he'll have a show.
Yep.
That's all he has to do.
So we have a power
I was
outage.
gonna say, as soon as he stopped talking, because it's out at my house.
Is it? Well, they texted me, well, I go in and ask them, and it looks like it's off behind Moon Mountain.
The schools went out,
Oh, God.
Sierra Blanca, WME, but they were already released. It was probably that light flash.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd have been.
Oh, crud.
Don't open your refrigerators.
No, or your freezers.
Okay.
Okay, and then, do you want me to say anything about lodger's tax at all? or-
Yeah, while you're here,
Yep.
And juice.
Yes, great.
How are we doing in lodger's tax?
well, it's down, but it's coming
It's
up.
coming up
Back up.
slowly. So that's why the projection is only 2 million.
Yeah.
I know we have a lot of conferences, so, I mean, as soon as we hit that amount, we can always budget some more. But this is just a bare minimum right now, just based on what the year-to-date and has come through looking
Okay.
like, so. Let's see, we kept everything else the same. There's a little bit extra for contractual. Oh, no, that's just, never mind, that's Alan Barone. She does some news articles, I guess, for us, and some write-ups. Is that what Ellen does? Website maintenance. And then media planning is Carrie's contract, visitor center, that's their contract. The convention sales ad is the contract with Elegante. And then brochures and the trade show went up to 115,500, and that was because, what was that one? I have to go look at that one. It just slipped my mind. Brochures and trade show, 115,500.
Who would that go to? Like Eddie? I mean, with
What are you talking about?
the trade show, the brochures and trade show?
Yeah.
I know it was, I can't remember, I should have detailed it out. I will look up,
I just thought maybe we were going to go to a big trade show or something.
do you have Carrie's email?
It's okay. I
Okay.
just
All right,
thought.
I'll look, I'll
Yeah,
try
that's
to
fine.
remember. And then the marketing and advertising includes the co-op that we do. And then the special advertising is the amounts that go out to the other agencies. We have it at 120,000 that they'll allocate. And then Eddie can go over the special events.
The drone show it falls with Matt, with Parks and Rec. I'll let Matt talk about that one.
Okay, so we're on here, there it is, the drone show.
Yes, so the drone show is 80,000. We were using a different company and they're actually a fair amount cheaper. And so the 4th of July drone show will be the first one we have with them, so we'll see.
Where are they out of?
They're out of Utah. And so it's crazy because actually, Xterra, one of the ladies that came in for, I believe it's Xterra, Xterra Ironman, one of the two, she actually came in and they're her next door neighbor. And so she's like, oh, I see their shows all the time because they practice out behind our house. So they do great shows. And so we're happy to have them, and it was Ironman, okay. And we're happy to have them and see how they do. It's actually more drones for a lot less cost, so we're happy for that and to try
Good,
that. So
yeah.
it's gonna be $80,000 for the two shows, for our Christmas and our 4th of July shows. And that's all with the drone shows,
Boy, that's a lot of money for 10 minutes.
for 13 minutes, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, 13.
I have clarification on the last item. So because of the Ironman and Xterra events, we're actually beefing up the influencer budget to bring in a significant number of people for those events to blow
Yeah.
them up. That's why it
Yeah.
went up to that amount.
Got it.
And that's under
That's the trade show.
On the
Yeah.
trade show
Brochures.
and brochure,
brochures, okay.
Okay, and then the other one is under Mountain Sky, the 29,850 that you see there, that's half of the payments because half it comes out of this year, so the other half will come out of next year.
Wait a minute, where are you?
Under Mountain Sky,
CEC
Special
Drone
events.
Show
Oh, yes,
too,
yes,
Ironman,
yes.
New Mexico.
yeah.
Okay.
And then the other two are kind of self-explanatory, the Ironman and Xterra costs, and then also our municipal league costs.
So this is what lodger's tax is going to pay for those.
Yes.
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 Okay. And then the rest of it comes out of general fund. Our
There is no, what's the other, there's no,
There's no risk, that's no risk of it, that's,
Oh, okay.
They were split up between fiscal years?
yeah, on Ironman and
yeah.
Xterra. And then on the conference, we looking good on all that?
Yes, we are, yeah. We're working with Mariah, and we're just in the planning stages of it right now. So once we get more details and things
I know,
solidified.
but like, I thought we were gonna have a gunfight and
Oh, yeah.
all that
Yeah.
stuff. So have you contacted the gunfighters?
I have talked with the people over at Flying J, and they are interested in doing it, so we'll just see how that all works out with
We're-
them.
I mean, contracting and all that's taken place or has taken place, so we need to make sure any
Yes.
things have, what about permits with the state on shutting down Midtown?
I've mentioned that Francisco is aware of it, so we just need to do the permitting on it now.
And then that needs to be pushed out through RMA to the businesses to know
Yes.
to stay open, or
Well,
potentially stay open.
Yeah, that would be
Yep.
that would be so great if they would just help us
It
out
was
here.
so disappointing. Clovis,
Yes.
everything was
There was
closed.
nothing to do.
yeah,
Our RMA is directly reaching out, and Eddie can talk a little bit more about this, is reaching out to businesses the week of those events to specifically stay open till, was it 9 o'clock, Eddie?
yes.
To stay open till 9 o'clock. And so those are going to be that's the goal of engaging those businesses to be open that week.
I hope so.
up to 9 o'clock?
I have a hard time.
Tom
I'll
won't,
take a power nap early.
yeah, Tom won't be there. That's
Is that too much? I mean, what, 4 o'clock to 9 o'clock?
Yeah, I mean, we were working with Tim Duckworth and the RMA board members and working with the businesses to make sure that the businesses were given the option for them to stay open, and that way they can be able to make some money.
I know that you haven't got it all figured out, but are you thinking about eating in Midtown? I mean, like having tents where we bring the food in like they did at Clovis, where you don't have to.
Are you gonna put it out for bid or what?
Yeah, well, I'm working with Mariah. As soon as, I need to work a little bit more for Mariah on the food side of it and what we can do, but I would imagine we'd probably go to like a 3 or 4 bid, process
Just
for
open
it.
it up and let people like me and everybody else in town
Yeah.
bid on, you put out your food options, this is what we'd like.
But I
Yeah.
guess what I'm asking is, are we going to have like a huge tent set up for people to sit and eat in Midtown for the conference? Where are we going to have that for the
Well,
food?
there'll be the Wingfield Park too, so.
Oh,
Wingfield Park,
okay.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, go ahead, Matt.
Wingfield Park will be where the party is at.
Okay.
That's where, the gunfighting and the big party will be up there, and then we'll try to get everybody through Midtown, do all the shopping from like 4 to 6, 7. They'll stay open later if they want us to hang out down there, and then funnel them up to Wingfield Park to do the.
So there's
more
not gonna
party.
be a closing of, Sutter like we thought?
Yeah.
And have a beer garden or whatever.
Yeah, we're still working on doing the closing of Sutter from Center to Eagle in that space here, so that way the bars like One Place and Show, Quarters, all the restaurants and stuff right there, and all the stores will be cordoned off, so that way people will be safe and can walk around.
I hope we have some like T-shirt guns. And then when everybody's down there, that we have people randomly run around shooting T-shirts up in the air for people. It'll be memorable.
That would be cool, yeah. That would be cool.
It might be.
Even paintballs.
Yeah. Well, at least they'll have a T-shirt to take home, a nice one.
And then you can say, I got shot and read it.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's exactly.
yeah, that's a good one.
Sean Reed, I got,
Albuquerque thing?
Yeah.
is that,
Albuquerque thing? That'd be more fitting for Albuquerque.
I got shot in Ritos. That's pretty cool. I got shot in Ritos, so that'd be good.
And then you got Billy's kid.
I got shot in Ritos, so maybe we give him like a shot glass too or something. I don't know.
There you go.
Yeah.
You get a T-shirt, then you go to the wagon and get a shot.
Yeah.
We could do film themed T-shirts because we're gonna become the film capital of Mexico.
We are. We're on our way.
And so you've got that figured out on what all your, the gunfight, you're gonna be part of it.
Yes.
And then just other amenities, because they had like the mariachis downtown, so you're gonna have music,
Yeah.
like some local flavor, the Dirty Joneses or the T-Bag, what are they called?
Doso Dirtbag.
Also Dirtbags.
The Dirty Jones.
Well, that's what they,
That's pretty cute, though.
That's a good
yeah,
name.
I don't know, you look up Dirty Jones. But those guys and then some of the others, that Palmer band's really good.
Yeah, Matthew Palmer.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I know. He's changed his name.
Change his name.
Who is?
Matthew Palmer.
He's Mammoth Cult now.
Oh, yeah.
He calls it Mammoth Cults. Or Mammoth Cult, yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah, that'll be good. So this 200,000, do we get reimbursed for? No, that's our portion. So-
And we could put in what we wanted.
So how much does that end up?
Well,
Because isn't
this
the
is just an allocated-
municipal league, don't they help us pay? No, they don't.
They don't pay for the
Oh, I thought-
municipal, do they? I think they help us. They pay for some things, but they don't pay the whole, for everything else,
It's probably for the food.
food and some,
And probably maybe the entertainment at the main dinner, that your registration fee probably goes to.
Got it.
Plus the
But the
printing.
entity
the print-
gains the
the-
heads
Sure,
and beds.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
so we just allocated, a swag, a wish list of things that we want to do and put some money to work
Yeah.
off of, and
I just wasn't sure exactly how that works, so, yeah, no, it's
just
a
like
great
when
deal.
we support the other events, Xterra or
Sure.
Ironman, or when we've done, what was the Deep Purple, not Deep Purple, Fog Hat?
I love
yeah.
Deep-
Bog Hat and those guys, when we paid to get them in, and it's the same type of
Yeah.
mentality that it's a marketing,
Sure. I get it.
but we just want to really show off,
Yes.
okay?
And then Mayor and Council, to clarify that 120,000 for special advertising, that's what will be allotted to grant, larger sex grant applications that we receive to fund events.
Where did you see that? Where,
The line right above
Oh,
it.
special advertising?
Yes.
That's for like the,
Yeah.
what is
Yeah.
it, like the
The Renaissance
Fair. Christmas in Riadoso or Christmas Jubilee?
Why is it blank before them?
This year I decided to split it out so that we know exactly how much was for the applications versus how much was for the events, since we had so many events coming along this fiscal year. That way I can track it on a 3-year
So
comparison
spec-
so that we can see how much it's costing us.
So the special events would be,
Our events like the drone, the
Okay,
mountain in
so
the sky.
what it is special events, your budget detail is down below.
Yes,
And then the special advertising, you pulled it out separate.
yeah, just so that we can track how much we spend on outside,
Yeah.
events versus what we're paying for our own
Oh, the
events.
up to 5,000 or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Excellent.
And then the only on the non-promotional department, the only thing that, I just realized is, we have the STR software booked twice. Planning and zoning is taking it with the increase of the fees, but I had it in here, so that 127 just goes to zero.
So why would it be going all to planning and zoning if it's, the bulk of it is short-term rentals? And they make their money off short-term rentals?
Because I think that's what the part of the increase justification was, is that the renewal of the new software was gonna be offset by the increase in the STR fee.
Yes, so
So I was putting all the expenses that increase went to.
SGR.
STR.
I know, but why isn't tourism just paying for it?
So that we can utilize more of the tourism dollars and the fees will actually cover
Cover the.
for the cost of the
There
individual
you
plus
go. I
the.
wasn't paying attention at that meeting, so that's good.
So the idea was that we try and find more revenue, and in this case, with the increase in fees for the users, they would end up paying for the software and everything else that comes with it, the extra inspections, things like that.
Judy, you also have the Zia Trans in there
Oh,
also.
yeah, that's right. The other one is the Zia Trans. Our match to Zia Trans federal grants, but I don't know if they're gonna be in jeopardy.
Ooh,
Their grant, since it's federal, I don't know, I'm not sure, so we've never used in any of the years that full amount.
I mean, we could say that every year. We don't know if it's gonna be in jeopardy, because I don't know if that's waste. I mean, I got some people think it is. but-